All right. Hello, hello, Leo. This is Blue Lotus Rising, and tonight I'm going to do a short reading for you about messages from Source about the month of September for you. Now, I think it might please you to know that you had an extra dose of feline energy as I was channeling and shuffling the cards. My cat came and sat on your reading. So that little extra bit of actual feline energy, I think, is helping to give you a very, communicative reading for this month. This is a spread that is talking directly to you, Leo, and I think is going to be answering a lot of the questions that you as a collective might have. All right, just before we start, as I said, my channel is called Blue Lotus Rising, and you can email me at bluelotusrising2018@gmail.com for information about the other kinds of readings that I do. If you check out my channel, you'll see that I'm mainly a twin flame channeler, but I do also love doing videos for astrological signs and also personal readings. In fact, personal readings are my favorite because I like to get into detail when I look at the cards, and the personal readings actually allow me the time to do that for people. Okay, I'm also offering a discount right now, so now is a good time to actually look into readings. All right, so what I like to do is, in this spread that I've developed, the first line is the line that indicates what your current energies are at the start of the month, right now in the month. And I would say you start off very strong because you have the Seven of Pentacles, which means that you are investing in some kind of long-term future. This is a card that signifies also success in that long-term future. You are collecting your pentacles, your wealth, your resources, and you are a little bit tired as you have some way to go still according to your plan, but you are getting there, and having this card means that you will get there. You're also putting forward an offer of love to someone or something. It doesn't always have to be a person. It's maybe a project. It might be a small experiment. It's sort of not as fully developed. It's not a fully developed proposal, but it is a proposal nonetheless, okay? And you are the one putting that out. Now you're also walking away from some situation that actually is a very good situation. So you have some sense of loss or some sense of sadness about leaving potentially a job, potentially a person, potentially a situation that actually had a lot of love for you. There's 8 cups here, all of which are full, but you're walking away nonetheless. And that tells me that maybe you're walking away because you're going towards your plans, your dreams, towards the proposal. You're going towards something that is coming, something that you've planned and something that is kind of heart-based, okay? Now this is a very interesting line in the spread. This is what I like to call the deciding factors. So these are really messages from Source in terms of what you need to do in order to actualize your current energies or change your current energies. Okay, so, sometimes it's not only what you should do, it's also what is going to happen to you that's going to have a real impact. Now, obviously, the Tower means that you're going to go through some kind of radical reshuffling of your life or your situation. I think this is telling me that there is a certain situation in your life, whether it's work, your finances, your personal life, your family life, and that you are implementing some changes, some major changes in that arena. And the Tower means that it causes some degree of stress. There's a certain surprise factor. Maybe you hadn't anticipated how much is going to drastically change as a result of your initiatives. But nonetheless, there is going to be a drastic change. You're going to feel some degree of stress about it. But that change is going to be most productive if you operate in a very cautious and determined and well thought through manner. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight of all of the knights. But this knight isn't really stagnant. The knight moves. He just takes very short deliberate steps, because he's bringing something. He has something to offer, and he just really doesn't want to lose it along the way. It seems to me that, Leo, you have a long-term plan, something you've been hatching for a while. And now this is the month in which is the month in which you are going to be manifesting it or walking towards it. And the guidance here is to, when you face the tower, when you face the kind of unpredictability of a certain scenario that might arise, then you need to be steady, you need to be cautious, and you need to be very slow moving. Don't rush into anything. Because what you're actually becoming, so interesting that you have the Knight and the King of Pentacles next to each other, which tells me that your plan is to become the King of Pentacles. This is what you're working towards, okay? Now, King of Pentacles implies a position of maximum authority. If this is you, and you're being asked to move slowly towards this dream of yours, and you're also being told that it is now time, it's okay to act on this dream of yours. Become the King of Pentacles. Acquire, it has a wealth connotation, so if you're trying to make a lot of money, the guidance is do it. Acquire that money, save. And this also implies that you might take on a leadership position. Maybe you'll be a CEO, maybe you're a leader in some kind of profession. And the guidance is that position is almost going to be thrust upon you, which is why it's going to cause some stress. But you're going to need to take it on in a very grounded, methodical, and detail-oriented way, okay? Don't let it go to your head, and don't jump the gun. But this is what you've been working towards, this is what you know you're working towards, and it's coming. And this is also, to me, this also signifies to me, time-wise, events that will happen in the middle of this month, okay? Now, this is the line that I call the outcome. Two cards came out here, so I'm going to read them together. The Empress and the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is a card that signifies insecurity to my mind. These are two people who have shut themselves off, are unable to see how wealthy they really are. And wealth here is not just necessarily money, it's sort of they're unable to see how powerful, how amazing, how rich they are in so many ways, okay? So it's a classic card of feelings of insecurity. The fact that it comes with the Empress means that if you are a female Leo, you are potentially experiencing some insecurity, potentially because you've just been asked to take on this position, this immense position. You're sort of the coordinator, the master of all in this position. And this position also requires you to be 100% comfortable in who you are. The Empress is a figure that exercises power, sensuality, well-being, contentment. And her power really does arise from her comfort with leadership. She knows who she is, she's not apologetic about it, and she emanates. Her power is something that is subtle in some sense because she's not forcing anybody to be under her, but because she is so whole in who she is, she wins the love, she's able to seduce, she has the control, okay? And I think that these two are related, that you have to, in a way, have these qualities in order to be this kind of leader. And you are facing naturally, quite naturally, some insecurity about being able to be this kind of person. Are you really going to be able to be that self-assured? Now, if you are not a female Leo, this might also mean that you have to come into the proximity of this kind of woman. It may be a love interest, maybe you, as you assume this position of leadership, there's an equally powerful, if not more powerful, remember the Emperor and the Empress are cards that trump the power of the kings and queens. But this is someone that slightly, you feel like is kind of above your league, although there's no reason for you to feel that way because you have a very strong set of cards here. But maybe you're encountering a figure of the opposite sex who is making you feel a little bit intimidated. But she's good for you. The Empress is not a malevolent figure. So whatever you're feeling, you'll get over it because you have your intuition is working alongside your practicality. And your intuition will help you feel more secure and more confident in yourself, either by you becoming the Empress or by you feeling yourself to be equal to the Empress, who is going to be a female figure in your life. You might find that she's your love interest. Whatever you go through here is going to take you into a new type of level in your life, in terms of your job or in terms of your location, in terms of how you feel, and is going to bring this person in. Or, as I said, it might be a boss, it might be a coworker, it might be a mentor figure who decides to take you under her wing as you enter this position. The final outcome is, it's very important that you have the High Priestess. The High Priestess knows the inner workings of the world. She knows how the inner life of the soul affects what happens in reality, in material reality. So she is a figure that has immense power as well. She knows how to control and channel the inner psychic worlds